Good morning, students. Today we'll be learning about limits, that is a part of differential calculus. Now, what do you mean by this word limit? And why there is a need to calculate limit of any particular function? Now, let's see why there is a need to calculate a limit. Suppose any function is given, that is f of x equals to x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Then we need to find the value of this function at x equivalent to 2. So we directly put the value. f2 is equals to 2 square minus 4 by 2 minus 2. That is equivalent to 0 by 0. Now, the result we got, that is undefined in nature. That we do not know the value of this function or this particular problem. Therefore, there is a need to evaluate limit of this function. That is, in order to find approximate value of this particular function at x equivalent to 2, there is a need to apply limit over there. Now that is why do limit exist. Now what do you mean by limit? Limit is used to find approximate value of any real function. At any instant. At any value, we can find the limit of a particular function. Now, we need to check that what forms we'll encounter to where we'll apply limits. That I'll be here jotting down 7 indeterminate forms. We need to escape from these indeterminate forms and find the approximate value of our real function at the given instant. First indeterminate forms is 0 by 0. Next is infinity by infinity. 0 into infinity. Infinity minus infinity. 1 to the power infinity, 0 to the power infinity, and infinity to the power 0. Now here, this one is approaching, that is, it is towards 0. That is, either this one is 0.999 or you can say 1.00001. This is not exact one. This is either slightly less than 1 or either it is greater than 1. Otherwise, our result must be 1 only. So these are the 7 indeterminate forms that may occur while evaluating limits. Now, when do our limits exist? The limit y is equals to f of x at x equivalent to a would exist if and only if this function f of x is well defined in the neighborhood of x equals to a. Now, what do you mean by neighborhood of x equals to a? That this is supposing on the number line we have plotted this point a. Now, let this function has a graph in the region bounded over a. Now, if the function has graph in the neighborhood of a, that is either a slightly lesser value than a or a slightly greater than value on a, the graph exists for that function. Therefore, we can calculate the approximate value of that function at given value. But if this particular graph is missing from the neighborhood, so we cannot predict the value of that particular function at given instant. So the limit fy is equals to f of x would exist only and only if the function f of x is well defined in the neighborhood of x equals to a. That means the function has a graph in the neighborhood of x equals to a, not necessarily at x equals to a. Now, if any of these conditions are not fulfilled, then limit of that particular function does not exist. That limit would only exist if the left hand limit is equivalent to right hand limit. That is equals to a finite value. Now what do you mean by left hand limit? That is approaching the function from slightly lesser value than a. and when we approach the function with slightly greater value than a, then it is called right hand limit. Now this is limit, and how do we imply for the existence of limits? Now consider again that function f of x that is equals to x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Now we need to find the value of this function at s equivalent to 2. Now first we'll imply left hand limit. How to calculate left hand limit? We'll write limit x approaches to that value that is given over here, that is x is approaches to 2, x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Now as already discussed in left hand limit, we have to take x is less than 2. Implies that limit x is approaches to 2 negative side, that is slightly lesser side, and this is x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Now let's see, x is equals to 2 minus small, very small integer. Then if x approaches to 2, then h is almost approaching to 0, that is h is very slight, smallest number. So changing the limit x tends to 2 negative by h equals to 0, we get limit h approaches to 0. Over here we need to put this 2 minus h whole square minus 4 divided by 2 minus h minus 2. So this comes out to be h square minus 2h divided by minus h. Limit h is approaches to 0. On further evaluating this limit, we'll take h common, we get h minus 2 divided by minus 1. Limit h approaches to 0. On shifting minus sign, we get 2 minus h, limit h approaches to 0. On putting h equals to 0, we get the answer 2. Similarly, if we need to evaluate right hand limit, over here, then we'll put limit x approaches to 2 positive side, that is x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Now here again x is equals to 2 plus h. Then if x is approaches to 2, then h is again approaches to 0. Again evaluating further, we'll get the answer 4. Now here LHL equivalent to RHL. Then limit of this function at x equals to 2 exists. Now we have many methods for evaluating limit of any function at any particular given instant. First is direct method. In direct method, for example, limit x tends to 2, x plus 2. So we'll directly place x equals to 2 and get the value of that function as 4. Second is factorization. Now this method is only applicable if the function is polynomial in nature. For example, limit x is approaches to 2, x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Then if I imply the factors above, that is x minus 2, x plus 2, divide by x minus 2, limit x is approaches to 2. Then it got cancelled, forming 4. So this is the method of factorization in case of polynomial functions. Third method is rationalization. That is only in rational functions. The next method is using standard results. Using standard results. Now let's see some standard result. Limit x approaches to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n divided by x minus a is equivalent to n a n minus 1. This is a standard result that we can directly use in the question. Next is limit x approaches to 1, x to the power n minus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equals to n. Next is limit x approaches to 0. Now we have trigonometric function, that is sin x by x, that is equivalent to 1. Limit x is approaches to 0, tan x by x is equals to 1. And the last is limit x is approaches to 0, 1 minus cos x by x equivalent to 0. So these are the basic standard results. We can move to logarithm and exponential functions. So there we have limit x approaches to 0, e to the power x minus 1 divided by x, that is equivalent to 1. Limit x approaches to 0, log 1 plus x divided by x is equivalent to 1. And next and the last is limit x approaches to 0, a to the power x minus 1 divided by x, that is equals to log e base a. And the last method of evaluating limit is substitution method, that is by substituting the value. We'll consider each and every method in detail in the next clipping.